Hello everyone and welcome to Jasmine's Crazy Cat Tarot. So today we're going to jump into the Idaho 4 case and find out the factors behind why all of this happened. But before we do that, I just want to say a quick word, and I want to thank Dee from Beyond the Veil for mentioning me in her latest subscriber giveaway video. I really appreciate the shout out, and I wanted to give her a shout out in return. I know Dee has actually done many videos on the Idaho 4 case because I remember seeing them looking through her playlists when I first followed her. And there's actually something that's always kind of repelled me away from this case, and I kind of just thought, well, look, other readers are on it. But when a subscriber asked me specifically to look into it, I wasn't going to say no. And maybe it is time I jump into it. Something has always held me back, and I seen 103 there. When I was quickly just getting the synopsis, the dates, before I recorded this video, I noticed that there's something weird with the dates. So this happened on the 13th of November 2022, and the house number was 1122. You add 11 and 2 and that makes 13. So I feel like whatever it was, the energy that has repelled me away from this case, it's something to do with the numerology, and I feel like there's just all sorts of weird stuff connected to it. And this is in no way about the victims, because this is what the reading is for, their energy, what they want to make known to the public. It's more so the energy just around the case. Maybe there's a lot of corruption, but something about just seeing those dates, I don't know, it didn't sit right with me, and nothing about this case has ever sat right with me. But instead of avoiding what we don't understand, the best thing we can do is dig deeper into what we don't understand, lay it out in simple terms, and maybe we'll see sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. And I hope that today we can just pick up anything that has not been either made known, or to set straight any misinformation going around about the case. We want to focus on the victims, and I'm not going to name names. There is someone in court at the moment for these murders, but something tells me that this isn't just a one-man show. Definitely not. So spirit, angels, ancestors, can we please tune into the energy of Xana, Ethan, Kaylee, and Maddie, the Idaho 4, and the energy around what happened to them and why on November 13th, 2022, Moscow, Idaho. All right, Moscow, Idaho. I just said that backwards. So yeah, something is backwards. But maybe it's just me, because this is a big energy to jump into. So be patient with me, because I want to make sure that all the messages that come out have their moment to shine, and all 4 of the victims have a chance to say what they need to say. I don't want to just put them all in the one box, because I do feel like there are more complicated factors as to why the 4 of them died. More so than just because they were there. There's more to it than that. And there's more to the story than this, even though I do not know the full story. Maybe the cards can help teach me. So let's jump into the factors behind. So Spirit, these 4 decks I'm pulling from, I want it to resemble the 4 energies. So instead of pulling 4 cards from the 4 decks, I feel like each card should apply to the factors around each of the deaths. So we can read one card in more than one way. We need to look deeper, but we don't need to overcomplicate it. Don't overcomplicate it, is what I'm hearing. So what are the factors behind the Idaho 4 murders? This one's to come. Farewell to the moon. Appreciate and enjoy the lunar light and cycles. So this was the end of a cycle. The 17th could be significant. And with farewell and the moon, this was a goodbye ritual. in someone's mind. And someone was harnessing the energy. And I just feel like this whole case in general, not that it's a psyop, but there's a lot of energy harvesting with it. So I feel like the factors behind this death was to gather the energy, the attention that would be gained from it. It would be notorious, and that would strengthen the power and the energy, because the moon is very powerful. So someone was working with the moon and working in the moonlight. So back of deck, we have the crane bag, which is sacred ocean medicine, clutter, declutter, choice. So maybe someone had a choice to make, and maybe all this clutter wasn't supposed to be there. We also have sacrifice, which is a very interesting card, and transparency. We have soul cage, so someone could have been trapped in some sort of a cycle. Maybe the cards are telling us that we do need to get 4. So that's what we'll do. I'm going to do what Spirit calls me to do. So we can decide amongst ourselves or the comments maybe who each card represents, but because I don't personally know many of the details about the victims, just that they were all friends. I know Maddie and Kaylee were bestos. Zana and Ethan were together in a relationship, but they all shared a house. They were roommates. They got on. But yeah, I feel like if this was some sort of a sacrifice and energy harvesting in someone's mind, they knew that being open, transparent about it, the energy of the moon is the most powerful. Something about a bag. I don't know what she's carrying in her hand, but there's something maybe that someone was carrying or putting in a bag. There's dolphins in the background, something to do with pleasure. Maybe someone had the choice between lovers. There could be a scorned lover somewhere. But this is honestly and openly a choice, some sort of plan, something that was made in order to take their energy and to also take the energy that would come from this case. So there's definitely deeper factors than just someone who wanted a thrill kill, in my opinion. It's a lot deeper than that. So what are the factors behind the deaths of Zana, Ethan, Kaylee, and Maddie? Please and thank you. Your desire is within reach. Maybe someone desired someone, maybe one of the girls, and they wanted to have them within reach. What are the factors behind the deaths of Zana, Maddie, Ethan, and Kaylee? Dietary change. Something about food. Maybe this could be an acquaintance that's known to someone in the house. Someone could have been invited in for tea, or someone could have made it seem like this was a passing call, a social call, in order to take someone or something unaware. So to me, this could be maybe someone who would be familiar enough with these people, possibly even with the house, to know the ins and outs and the complexities of something. Because someone wasn't just going in completely blind. There was something specific. So the factors behind the Idaho 4's deaths. Please and thank you. Summer could be significant. Maybe something could have happened in the summer and someone wanted something or someone to become theirs. Someone could have been envious and that wants to fall. We have be yourself. So someone being themselves and shining maybe was upsetting someone else, and someone wanted to basically take the energy from a tragedy and kind of make it elevate themselves. So even notoriousness that comes from this case being involved. I'm even thinking of the other roommates. There was 2 or 3. I feel like they're trying to grow from this situation because they know that what happened, there's no changing it. But maybe some of them had some sort of personal investment, personal envy, get some exercise. So was someone jealous of someone's body, looks, or was there some sort of love rivalry going on with anyone here? Let's ask the Lenormand, the energy of the Idaho 4. And I'm sorry guys if this is a long video, but I knew reading for 4 murders was not going to be as straightforward as, you know, reading one situation. So we're just going to roll and see what comes out. And I appreciate anyone who sticks with me and for your patience, because I will do a lot more research. I just seen 1113. So research into the numbers, the numerology, because there's something with that. There's something specific, moon, sacrifice, energy, harvesting. So the factors behind the deaths of the Idaho 4. Can I get 4? The heart in reverse. Someone could have felt betrayed. Someone could have felt rejected. And that could be a lead up. Maybe someone wanted to take something that wasn't given to them openly. The factors behind the deaths of the Idaho 4 spirit. We have the ship, which represents travel, a journey, finances, navigation. So I'm hearing all hands on deck. I do feel like someone at least knew how this ship was run. The saying, run a tight ship. Someone knew how things worked from the inside, the layout. They knew how to navigate around, which would make an intention a lot quicker. So I think if Brian did act alone, I do still feel like he had some sort of informant or inside knowledge as to what to do, where to go, the targets. Something or someone was targeted. We have the child. So this could represent someone being very childish in the mindset of thinking that this energy will strengthen me. This energy will level me up, even if it's to the level of being notorious. I do feel like maybe someone's mother could have some information about something, or someone. Factors behind the Idaho 4 death, please. The coffin, death, endings, mourning, transformation, manipulation. So there is manipulation when it comes to this death. So is there a parent who maybe knows something, or a parent that's manipulating some sort of information? Is there someone on the inside who was manipulating the Idaho 4 to maybe keep them in one spot? Like sitting ducks, I'm hearing. We have the birds, brief sorrow, nervous excitement, temporary misunderstanding. So someone could have been gossiping, bitching with the birds. And yeah, a bird's eye view. Someone was keeping a look, an eye, or spy. I'm hearing I spy with my little eye. So maybe someone was spying. Is there a peephole? Was there any peepholes in the walls? Or I don't know. I'm getting like someone was having an insight into something without actually fully being there. So maybe someone had, like I said, insider knowledge, or someone could be doing divination. Someone knows how to get the inside scoop, even when they're not there. So the factors behind the Idaho 4 deaths, please, and thank you, family room. This is like a game of Cluedo. This is just making me think of Cluedo. So it was John in the family room with the rope. or, you know, speculation. There's the T again. So I do feel like it could have been someone who is at least an acquaintance of one of the victims, or they knew them in a social sense, the party scene or something. Let's see, what are the factors? We have the lovers. So there could be lovers that have more information. This could also represent Xana and Ethan. Maybe they were killed because they were lovers in the same place. So that was like two sitting ducks in one. In someone's mind. Yeah, and we've got two birds again. So who are these two birds, these informants? Is that the other roommates maybe? Were they informing their lovers about something? So what are the factors behind the Idaho 4 case, please? And thank you. Adjudication. So it's in trial right now. A mother could have some sort of information. There's a female and a male here. So maybe there's a couple that haven't received justice yet, or they haven't been judged fairly. And the Idaho 4 were judged unfairly, and it caused their death. And this death had to be confirmation seen as a manipulation. The factors behind the Idaho 4 deaths. We have thoughts. So was someone thinking about it? Was someone dreaming about one of the girls? Maybe someone was dreaming about all of the girls. Someone could be very artistic. I'm seeing the letter M here. So thoughts. Someone was putting thought into this. Like I said, it wasn't just going in blind, spur of the moment, thrill kill. Yeah, someone can do it for the thrill, but someone's smart enough to know that you need to at least have a plan, inside knowledge, and a set objective and aim. So we also have concern. So there could be an older man, maybe who has knowledge, or this could be someone thinking about doing this, but their concerns came up and they had to strategize it in a new way, kind of like a game of chess, a game of Cluedo, not put all their cards on the table. So what we want to do now is go into the true crime cards, and then we'll hit the tarot and some oracles. So the Idaho 4 murders, spirits, angels, ancestors. Can you please tell us the factors behind why Xana, Maddie, Kaylee, and Ethan were killed? Please and thank you. And we have inside, yeah. Someone has inside knowledge. Is there some sort of tunnels, underground tunnels, inside knowledge about a death or how to commit a death? And this is looking very kind of dark, sacrificial. A dark energy surrounds this case because maybe that was the intention in the first place with the farewell to the moon and the sacrifice. So what I want to do is see if I can shuffle these properly, because I know some people like shuffling, others don't, but personally I want to be better at it, but these are just too big for my hands, which are actually quite big as well. But yeah, maybe someone's hands, big hands. Someone couldn't grasp something and someone had their hands full. So was someone on the inside called in after the fact? Did someone on the inside of the house help with the deaths? So, okay, I can't shuffle that way. I'm going to have to do it this way, which isn't great either. So, yeah, I don't feel like this was the first plan, but it was kind of the best plan with a bit of thought into it. Because someone wanted to take as much as they could, not just someone's life. They wanted the energy, the infamy. And like I said, I don't think it was a one-man show in any sense of the word. So why did this happen to the Idaho 4? What are the factors behind the Idaho 4 murders? This wants to peep out. someone was peeping, maybe through a peephole, an app. Yeah. We have the devil and we have organized crime. Look, there's one guy here, the main guy, but look, there's people hiding behind. This was an organized crime. What are the factors behind the Idaho 4? Please and thank you. Alive. So, is someone alive? Is someone in witness protection? Could this be possibly the other roommates who maybe helped manipulate their deaths in order for them to make it out alive? Maybe someone had to sacrifice something so they could make it out alive. It's them or me, the devil. So it's kind of giving satanic energy. I'm not saying that this is, you know, woo-woo, but the energies are very dark, and that's for a reason. This assassination was organized, and the death with the devil. So yeah, it was organized for someone's benefit, but also for the energetic benefit. We also do see kind of paint peeling from the walls. I feel like someone could have been spying through the walls in silence, like a shadow figure. So there's kind of one person right now, but there's lots of shadow figures in the background. We also have cult. Yeah, so is someone involved in a cult? Is someone a Satanist? What is going on here? Because I do feel like someone is aware of the energetic properties of sacrifice. I think maybe someone could have started with animals and worked their way up, not just to a murder, but a mass murder. I wonder, with this organized crime, is this the first time I've seen 2222? So that's interesting. And underneath that we have landfill. So there's a lot of rubbish surrounding this case. And it's like, when it comes to the truth, you have to sort through the shit, the rubbish, in order to see, outer space. Don't go too far away from the energy. The energy speaks for itself. And this cult has 5 people. So I feel like at least five people had at least some sort of inside knowledge about this murder, that was going to take place, that it was some sort of energy ritual. So sorry everyone, my friend rang, so if the video just cuts off a little bit abruptly, that's why. So I think that's significant. A friend rang someone, and that could have even been their inside part or knowledge. They mightn't have had to do anything other than make a call or answer a phone. Confirmation, someone didn't physically have to do anything. And that's how they can kind of live with something, because they only played a small part. And they're hoping that this won't be seen or pinpointed in the mass information surrounding the case. So my ear is ringing now. What I want to do is get a little bit more space and start with the tarot. So let's ask, what happened? Why did it happen? So for the Idaho 4, what happened and why? We have the Empress in reverse. So was there someone who has an issue with their feminine energy, or someone who had an issue with someone else's feminine energy? Like, was someone jealous of the girls, or they wanted something they couldn't have? We have Justice. So what's in reverse and what's not? The Justice is in reverse. The Empress is the right way. So yeah, someone could have issues with their femininity, issues with the girls and their beauty, but something is unfair. And yeah, maybe something about a mother figure. Something could be unfair about someone's mother figure. So this wants to come. We have the Two of Swords. So indecision. There's a choice, there's a crossroads. Someone had to make a choice, and maybe they made a choice by making the call, answering the call, is what I'm getting. Justice. But now it's coming the right way. So I feel like a decision was made, but someone was balancing their options, because we have the Two of Swords and Justice, which is the scale. So someone was kind of not sure about a certain strategy, a move on a chessboard. But, you know, there's pawns and then there's the big players, is what I'm hearing. And someone wanted to keep their back turned, so justice didn't come to strike them. So what happened to the Idaho 4? Please and thank you, Spirit. We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse, so an imbalance. And yeah, I do feel like something about 2, because we've got 2 here, 282. Maybe that could mean something as an angel number, 2222. There's something significant about that. So maybe it's telling us there's more than one motive for these murders. So the Idaho 4, why? The 7 of Air, this is the betrayal. So I feel like they could have been betrayed maybe by people they knew, people they cared about. This was unfair, but it could be to do with money of some sort. Money, power, status. Money, power. Money and power. I'm hearing a song. I got money, I got power, every minute, every hour. I'm good at what I do. Bitch, I'm better than you. What's that? Busy girl, toe blow. And that's a very random thing to pick up, but someone was a busy girl. Yeah, and someone could have been jealous of someone else's femininity. Because it's like someone's playing a role or playing pretend. So someone was a busy girl, is what I'm getting. The Lover's in reverse, so the wrong choice. And this could be to do with maybe Zana and Ethan's relationship. Kaylee and Maddie had a very close friendship. So I do feel like someone they trusted at least gave information to whoever it was, or whether it was one or more people who did this. There was definitely more than one person in the know. At least 2. But there's at least 5 with knowledge and insight. We have the Chariot in reverse. So yeah, this is to stop some sort of movement. So yeah, maybe someone felt like the Idaho 4 needed to be stopped from getting away from revealing something or recognizing deception. Someone didn't recognize deception. Someone thought they were with them in this ride, but they were actually there to sabotage the wheels, is what I'm getting. And the King of Cups, so a lover, a boyfriend, or a father figure could be significant. Yeah, and the King of Swords in reverse. This is a man who's very smart, but instead of using his wits for the right things, he uses it for the wrong things. So let's get the why this happened. Why did this happen to the Idaho 4? Please and thank you, Spirit. So we have the 7 of Pentacles, hard work, and friendship, the 3 of Cups. So yeah, someone was working hard to maintain maybe a friendship, a good relationship and connection with the Idaho 4. But this was to have access, to have insight. Why did this happen? The 7 of Pentacles again. Why did this happen? Can I get 4? 2 more, please. And now the 3 of Cups is in reverse. So this is a friendship, a friend group betraying the other members. The 5 of Pentacles, loss. So financial loss. Maybe someone felt like the Idaho 4 would maybe expose something and finances would be lost. So someone couldn't let that happen. Wanted to protect their investments. And we have the Magician in reverse. So someone wanted to make someone else feel powerless. And we've got manipulation again. So there is a lot of manipulation, dark energy around this case, because the Magician in reverse is basically, you know, the black magic kind of guy. We have the Four of Wands. This is home stability. So I do feel like it was someone who was at least an acquaintance with the home, or at least acquainted with someone who knew the layout, the info, the inside deets about the home. The Six of Wands in reverse. Someone was very prideful. Someone felt ignored and rejected, apprehension. So someone was putting a lot of thought into this, and they stopped themselves. They wanted to have the perfect plan, the perfect murder. But someone knows that you can't commit the perfect murder alone. You need an organized crime. You need people who know what they're doing, even if this is someone's first time. It's like maybe someone got involved with some sort of cult, and this could have been a way for someone to prove themselves, maybe in a brotherhood or a cult. But whatever it was, they were ready to take on the challenge, and they're very prideful, so they wanted to do more. This was an overkill. An overkill is the word I want to use. So let's get the true emotions behind these murders. We'll get the tea, and then we'll get a message from Zani. Was someone on Zani's? From Zana, Ethan, Kaylee, and Maddie. I'm so sorry. It's just so much energy that's here right now, so I'm sorry if I mess up any details or information. Someone didn't want to mess up anything, so someone had to make sure they were on the right track. I miss you, sweet talk in reverse. So someone maybe felt like a feminine rejected them. They didn't want to hear their sweet talk. So maybe someone actually said something, whispered something in the victim's ears. Maybe just the feminines, I'm not sure. Before or after the murders, because there was some sort of a point to prove. You know, now I got you right where I wanted you. I don't know. Shouldn't have rejected me. Some sort of a taunt is what I'm picking up. What's the true emotions behind the Idaho 4? Please and thank you, Spirit. Ghosted. So someone felt ignored, and maybe they wanted someone else to get ghosted. And I feel like someone felt like they were in the background when it comes to the Idaho 4. So this really could be the roommates kind of having bad vibes or something. We have love-hate. Someone could be in a love-hate relationship. What are the true emotions behind the Idaho 4? Closing this cycle and a bite from an apple. So someone wanted to taste. I'm thinking of like popping your cherry sort of a thing. Taking a bite of the apple, forbidden fruit. And someone likes the taste of blood and likes the taste of murder. And look at these apples lined up in a row. It's like shooting sitting ducks. It's like biting an apple. It's like taking your aim and putting that arrow through the apples through your target. Okay, and something about a target audience is what I'm picking up. Twin flames. Lovers, I feel like, are involved. Maybe an ex-lover. But yeah, I do feel like there was a lot of negativity, jealousy, bad vibes. True emotions behind this case. Fake busy. So someone was pretending to be busy with their hands, or busy when these murders were happening, because they had a hand in it. They were just trying to account for what they were doing. So someone mightn't have physically got their hands dirty, but all they had to do was press a button, is what I keep picking up. Someone just had to tip of a finger, boom, mirroring. So someone kind of showed someone the inside of what this was like. Did someone tell someone about the layout? Did someone leave doors open? Or, I don't know, the family room. So is the living room significant? A book could also be significant. Maybe something could be found in a book. Let's see. And the mirror is just kind of giving me like this notorious energy. Someone doesn't mind taking the credit. Jezebel. So I feel like someone is maybe in the mindset that, you know, people that don't want them are Jezebels. We've got bad reputation at the back. So does someone have a bad reputation, always partying, and bad reputation? So maybe someone was hoping their reputation would precede them. Let's see. What's the T behind? Okay, we have her again. So there could be a woman with a bad reputation, a Jezebel in the mix, which is like a female demon, which is going back to like the devil energy, the sacrifice energy. So who'll be playing with demons in this house? What's the T when it comes to the Idaho 4? Did these want to come? And back of deck, too busy winning. So someone could have kept a trophy. Someone feels like they had a win. They won this chess game because they were strategic with their moves, and they used people as pawns on the board. And the board, the chessboard, this is like the house, the layout of the house, the steps. So who helped lay out these steps? Someone gave someone some sort of cheat sheet. We have unfazed. Someone is unfazed about their bad reputation, fishing for comments. So maybe someone was fishing for comments. Someone was definitely looking for validation that they weren't given, and they were angry about that. Same shit, different day. So someone wanted to make a change, and a big change. Someone doesn't want to just fade into the background. See how you can't fully clearly see their face? Someone kind of wants the notoriety, even if it comes with a bad reputation. So were there secret haters for the Idaho 4? Because someone literally, whoa, thinks this is a game, too busy winning. Half of those cards fell out and groupie stayed. So let me see. I can't read all of these, but I will show you what came. Careless. So something about a car, 3 cars could be significant. We have shine in reverse. And we do have a book and a crucifix in the book. So something about a Bible, something could be hidden in a book or a Bible, a crucifix, some sort of metal, some sort of object, talisman is significant, maybe hidden. This could be a trophy, a necklace maybe from one of the victims. Because as I'm saying that, I'm holding my own crucifix. So I'm like, someone wanted to take some sort of trophy. Yeah. So a trophy could be in the form of jewelry. It could be in the form of personal items. Someone could have been trying to live out a role in a book, fake flexing. Someone who wants to appear better, cooler than they are. Someone who wants groupies. Moving on. Thank you. Next. Someone didn't want to be rejected. We have child services. So were any of these victims, when they were children, did any of them have any issues with parents? Because I feel like there is someone here with mummy, daddy issues. And it's like they were taking this complex out on people who they deemed better or happier than them. Wolf in sheep's clothing. So this is someone from the inside out. And even if it was an outsider that did this, it was someone within the pack that gave a sort of cheat sheet. They had an ulterior motive, intention to be a part of this, to have a hand in it. And that is more than I thought. But I think that's all of them. So, no facts. So yeah, it's like the narrative we've been sold is not true. Broke ass. Someone could have done something for money. Was someone hired for money? Was there a hired car? We have ignoring. Someone's trying to ignore the reality. Someone could have been ignoring the murders as they were happening. Played out. This was like a race, a game. Someone wanted to win it. Hooked. Someone was hooked, line and sinker. I'm hearing little by little. Radiohead. Little by little, by hook or by crook. I'm such a tease and you're such a flirt. Once you've been around enough. That's the lyrics I'm channeling. So that could be significant to someone like Radiohead. Love on the brain. Someone was fantasizing, and this murder was like a fantasy to someone. And look, karmic friends. So I really feel like the energy is coming in so strong of all of these energies, and they're saying that this wasn't just a lone wolf. No, this was a wolf in sheep's clothing, and there's a pack, but there's kind of a head wolf, the face of the operation. I'm hearing no face, no case. There's people who are keeping their faces covered, their identity covered, their involvement covered, because someone definitely had a hand in it on the inside, even if that was just paying for something or paying someone, or if it was, you know, pretending to be busy while it was happening, overlooking it, opening a door, sending a text, making a call, etc. What I want to do is just get a final message from the Idaho 4, and then we're going to move on to the dictionary. Okay, so the Idaho 4. So 3 of Pentacles in reverse, learning. Someone didn't learn their lessons and someone didn't trust their intuition. So there could be a female with secrets on the inside. I'm hearing Without Me, Eminem. 2 trailer park girls go around the outside. Was someone going around the outside? That's so random to pick up, and it doesn't even feel appropriate to pick that up, but who was going around the outside? Who's these 2 girls? So they'll fall as they're supposed to. What is this? Yeah, the High Priestess in reverse. So someone was ignoring their intuition. Okay. Can I get a message from Kaylee? Gun calves, please. The Sun, happiness. She will feel joy when the true story is revealed. Maddie Mogan, what does she want the world to know about her death? We have the King of Wands, a leader. So follow the leader. It wasn't just one person, but there was one person who was there with the smoking gun. So I'm just hearing the word initiation. Was this to be accepted, initiated into something? What about Zana Carnodal? What does Zana want to tell us right now? The 3 of Cups, friendship. She's saying, look at the friends. Look at the karmic friends, because they weren't real friends. They were wolves in sheep's clothing. What does Ethan Chaplin? What does Ethan want to say? 5 of Cups, disappointment. So these are people who disappointed them, and they showed them that they never had their backs in the first place. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And they all feel betrayed, but they will feel joy, and they won't feel like their deaths, their loss was for nothing if, you know, the light is shone on the reality about the home, the inside knowledge about the home, and who had inside knowledge about the home. We've got the Chariot in reverse again, so someone wanted to stop them all in their tracks. Confirmation. And there could be, you know, one person at the forefront, but who's in the back? Who's in the back is what they want to know. I want to pull one more message each from the Cat Tarots. So, Kaylee, your closing message. We have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, she wants the truth out because she will only feel happiness and peace when the truth is revealed, when a light is shone on the real story. So Madison Mogan, what does Maddie want to tell us? The Three of Cups, the friendship card. So she's saying that she's with her friends where she is, but where they were before this happened, they weren't all true friends. Some of them had ulterior motives for their own motives, so they could rise in society or just rise at their downfall. Okay, so for Zana, what does Zana want to say? Closing message. The King of Pentacles. So she's saying that there could be a guy with money, or that money is surrounding this friendship energy. These fake friends, money motivates them, so does power. And yeah, someone's being protected by a wealthy man, or a wealthy man has ties or some sort of friendship with someone involved in the case. What is Ethan wanting to tell us before we go? Closing message, Ethan. What is this? The Chariot. He's saying you tried to turn everything upside down. You tried to stop us in our tracks, but you'll be sorely disappointed because our energy lives on. You cannot turn this chariot upside down. You might have sabotaged things from the inside, but where we are now, we're together, we're strong, and we're going to try and make sure the truth comes out, even if there's people determined to keep it covered up. He's not accepting this downfall, this faith. He's saying that they're going to make this tragedy into something that really makes a difference in the world. And they're all in it together, but there's other people who are also all in it together, is what Ethan's closing message is. So let's ask the dictionary before we go. The Idaho 4. Info or clues about the Idaho 4 case. Spirit. Have we got two? These two want to come? So we have enlarge. Something was made bigger. The details. Enjoy. Someone got pleasure from doing this. Enjoying. Someone insisted. Someone gave directions or gave the order. Enfranchise. So someone wanted to be set free from something. Enforcing. Someone made some sort of demands. We have endorse. What was being endorsed? A sanction. We have life assurance. So that could be significant. An engine, a car. Engender, cause, arouse, stir up. Did someone get sexual pleasure from the murders? Engineer, English. Someone could be good with their words. Ingrain. Someone could have implanted something. Habit. Something is deeply rooted. Engraved. Was something engraved? In the walls, in the victims. Something was engraved. Engross. Someone was engrossed in this. Engulfed. Enhance. Someone wanted something to enhance the experience. Enrapture. Someone took delight at this. Inquire. Someone was enraged. And rage was a motive. Enough. Someone said enough is enough. This is an enormous crime, an atrocious crime, a gross offense. Yeah. Entangle, enmesh. So hatred, animosity, hostility. Someone had enmity in some of the victims. I feel like it was more than one. Enlighten. They could have found this out. It was the end of them because they maybe found something out, put an end to this. Someone could have made a demand. We have endear. We have endeavor, a vigorous effort. Encode, there's could be some sort of code, password, enclose. So surrounding, around the outside, what was enclosed, what was going around? An encore, repetition. Someone wants to do it again. encounter group, a group meeting. So there's some sort of group at play here. Emulsion, liquid suspended. That could be significant. I feel like someone maybe likes blood. Encapsulate. So someone was enamored and encapsulated with their feelings, and they felt rage about something. Someone wanted to empower themselves, the Empress. So feminine energy. There could be an issue with someone's feminine energy. Empty. Someone wanted to empty the cup. Someone thought someone else was empty-headed. And an enigma. Something is a riddle, a puzzle, but look at the energy. En passant, in passing, by the way. So, en masse, as a whole, all together. So this happened all together as a whole, and I feel like someone thought that would enhance the murder experience. The more, the better, because the more murders, the more energy, kind of a thing. Insuperable, not to be overcome or surmounted. So this is the energy of the Idaho 4. They are insuperable. They cannot be shut up. Their chariot cannot be stopped because their energy has affected the world, and maybe not in the way that, you know, these people hoped. Insult. Someone could have felt insulted. An instinct. Someone wanted to act on their primal instincts. Rage being one of them. An instrument. So a tool could have been used. A device. Musical sounds. Legal documents. Someone is rebellious, disobedient, insufficient. Someone felt inadequate and insufficient. And this was an integer. So this was a complete thing, a whole number. Someone wanted to make sure they got the job done, is what I'm hearing. Insulate. Prevent passage of electricity. So something about a passage is significant. Insipid, lacking flavour. Insist. So the correct place, in situ. So someone maybe made the call or made it be known that the sitting ducks were in situ. It's time for the crime, kind of a thing. So insolvent, without funds. Someone maybe did something for money. Insomnia. Maybe someone struggles to sleep. Someone wasn't asleep when this was happening. Inspect. Examine it closely. Inspire. Installment. Instead. So this was maybe like a plan B. It wasn't the first thought of it for sure. So intangible, insubstantial, and vague. So intact, untouched. What was intact? Let's see. Intercede, intelligence, intellect, intercourse. Someone had sexual desires. Interface, two systems meet, interconnect and work together. Yeah. So it's not just one person. It's not a one-man show. Intend, this was intended, this was intense. It happened in Scorpio season, and everything is extra intense in Scorpio season. Someone is intelligent, but they use their intelligence for cruelty. And yeah, look, a meeting between and mutual friends or acquaintances. Such words are not given here, where the meaning may be deduced from the simple word. Interrelation. Who was having interrelations is what I want to know. So, not capable of being moved by feeling. Unimpressed. Is someone a psychopath? Intact. A design carved. Intaglio. So was something carved on the skin maybe? Intangible. And yeah, an instrument. There was some sort of instrument that was significant. It had an intended purpose. An intemperate, unrestrained, given to access. Someone was given access. And intellectual classes. These people could be smarter than most people, or at least think they're smarter than other people, but they're just a bit more fucked up, among other things. Inter alia. So, final message before we go from the Idaho 4. Sleep on this. Postpone decision till the next day. So this could have been planned for before, but it's like the date is significant because maybe it was for the purposes of the power behind the date. So this was postponed so they could harness as much power and energy as possible. Slay. These people were slain as they slept. Slimming. Someone could be on a diet, a slice. Someone could have taken a slice of something. Someone wanted a slice of the pie and they could have been angry that they weren't a sleeper. We have a policeman is a partner. Is a policeman romantically involved with someone, or is there a weird, corrupt policeman in this case? Slee was, what was the weather like? Slender, someone slender. Slight, dexterity, cunning. Yeah, a slip of the hand or a sleight of the hand. This is like a conjuring trick. Was someone trying to conjure an energy? The devil energy? Slime, sling, slink. Someone was moving secretly, slipping away. Did someone miss someone's footing? The hour of judgment. Someone doesn't have morals. Someone could be a slob, a sliver of something, a small narrow piece. Slither. I'm hearing from Eden Hosier. I slithered here from Eden just to sit outside your door. Honey, you're familiar, like my mirror years ago. So yeah, this could be kind of something unrequited, but the devil, the demons are always at the door. It's about whether they find a way in or not. Someone has to let them in. When demons knock, you have to let them in. You have to invite them in. So it's like someone gave someone a cheat sheet. So even if they didn't let them in, they gave them access. They told them how and when maybe to access. But someone could have slipped. A slipper could be significant. A slope, a slogan. Maybe someone has a slogan that could be significant. Slavin, lazy, dirty and untidy. Maybe someone thought someone else was untidy, didn't want to live with them. We have a blind worm, a limbless lizard, slow worm. Okay, so that could be significant. Slow coach. Was someone being taunted or teased for being too slow and someone wanted to do it quickly? A slug, a sluice, so wash with water. And slum. So deliberately experience poor conditions. Slothful. So sloth is one of the 7 deadly sins. So I feel like whoever this was, they want to break all of the 7 sins, all of the 10 commandments, because in their mind, the God they're trying to impress is not the same one that maybe most others want to impress. So yeah, I'm hearing a Lady Gaga song. Something about him, capital H-I-M. So your him with a capital H might be someone else's him. I want to be that guy, G-U-Y. So I don't know why that song is coming to mind, Lady Gaga, guy or G-U-Y. But it's coming to mind. I want to be that guy. And yeah, so someone thinks that by breaking all the deadly sins, it will make them much more powerful. But this person isn't the only loyal or devoted follower of him. There's more where that came from, but that's being kept hidden because maybe there's a lot of people with a dog in this fight. So that's the energy I've picked up, and it's been a lot of energy. So let me know down below what you picked up from the cards. What are your personal theories, and what do you think is going to be the conclusion of the court trial? I'm looking forward to reading all of your comments, all of your theories, and let's pray that the Idaho 4 get their day of justice and their truth will be revealed and their justice will be served. So thank you so much for being here. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And if you've not subscribed yet, make sure to do so, as I will be doing free readings as the subscriber count goes up. So make sure you're here because I can't wait to get to know everyone on a deeper level. So if you want to go deeper with me, make sure to stick around, and I will see and connect with you all again in the next one. Goodbye and God bless. Mwah.